here we are in game number 2.
All right, it's gonna be interesting to see what the differences are. And so far, the Rek'Sai's very solid pick. They don't want to see the land shark coming and sneaking up on them.
I don't know that there will be too many shifts in the bans here. I
Yeah,
think that they have all been
looks
pretty
like
solid.
it.
Maybe the position of where those bans are will change because Draven was third last time. Probably just to make a point, get their hopes up if they could pick it. But
Yeah,
the Lilia and Rek'Sai bans were already coming out of Fall Guys. It was maybe Jinx was the last one that they had. This should be Thresh, if I remember right, that they're going to ban on the side of Team Unknown. And Samira, that's right. It was Samira.
that makes sense. Yeah, they've been banning that. Yeah, not a whole lot of changes. I think they both feel good with what they had before. Where I wouldn't be surprised if they all just did a little handshake and said, "Hey, let's do the exact same picks. Let's see what happens," because they all felt that they could have done better.
Yeah, they call that the spicy run back, don't they?
The salty run back.
Salty run back. That's right. Salty run back. Thank you, admin.
All right. Yep. Everything's the same. There's the difference.
That's the
Can't
difference
play
right
the
there.
Veigar.
And I truly do like that ban. I think that the Veigar did a lot of good work. There were 2 fights where Lock and Load was able to just completely destroy Calavir and remove him from the equation. So I can respect the change up there. Melio is really popular, so they weren't afraid of the Thresh coming in. So I can respect it. But now do we see the classic combo come out from Team Unknown? The 2 picks that made them famous here on the PLC.
I don't know.
Okay, there's one part of it. I did like the Caitlyn play last time. I think Calavir did a good job. But now
Yeah.
I want to see the Kiroro lock in because it's their practice. It's what we've seen them successful on almost every single time. But man, I'm too excited.
You don't want to
see
say
it.
You don't want to give it away.
No, I don't want to give it away. That is not what I was thinking, but I can respect it. I think Nami's a good pick. The engage from her ultimate is incredible. I love it so much.
With actually, I think Nami is an excellent pick based on just the issues that they were running into is that they were able to get onto the ADC every time. Nami is very good at stopping that. You can speed up your friend. You stop them with the bubble. You stop them with the wave. So, being a little bit more controlling on a caster controller support, I believe that's the reasoning they're going for with that.
Yeah,
Same at bot lane as last time on the Fall Guys. I felt
And
very comfortable in Kog'Maw.
I'm going to disagree with Calavir here. He has hashtag bring back lethal tempo. No. I'm kind of okay with it gone. Volibear locked in.
I loved lethal tempo though.
I loved it too, but I don't think it was healthy. Especially when you paired it with certain champions. It wasn't a good thing.
Volibear with is another difference we have. Banning the Mordekaiser, they're afraid Volibear is going to stay in the jungle instead, and which is fair. Volibear is mostly going to stay in the jungle rather than the top lane. Yeah, didn't like playing against the Mordekaiser. Ornn would rather fight most anyone else.
And I like that Azir ban as well. I don't know if
it's a lot of sense.
It's not a hey, you banned mine, so I'm going to ban yours. Death was a big problem for Fall Guys last game, and so I like that ban. That pivot is a good choice.
Come on, I won't hurt you.
Interesting choice. So just a little bit of top lane control, trying to get some breathing room for Bear in the top lane.
So I saw the Olaf ban, and the first time I experienced Sundered Sky was laning against an Olaf, and that reminded me that the last time Laugh Wizard played Volibear, he went Sundered Sky. What is that thing called? Force of Nature, Deadmans. And that just makes me really, really sad because that would be insanely strong because you get your heals when you land your combo to W. You're so quick with those other two items and you get the extra healing and the bonus damage. Very, very smart. So we'll see if he goes that same way. But the Skarner made it through another game, and that confuses me.
Skarner wasn't as much of a problem as that Azir, so I can see that as being the choice. I'm not sure about. There's not a whole lot of Aurelion Sol play. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what the mid lane pick from Team Unknown is. Garen, very interesting.
Absolutely. Into Ornn, I get it. The silence will be big because Ornn doesn't deal a lot of damage if he can't get his spells off.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, and Garen can be exceptionally frustrating to deal with because of his W and how tanky he gets while building relatively offensively. So this will be really fun to watch up on the top side.
Interesting mid lane pick. We got a bunch of tanks to support this bot lane on this Kog'Maw now.
Yeah, and that seems to be the Fall Guys strategy. They look for big front line to absorb some damage and crowd control so that Kog'Maw can just do what Kog'Maw does. And the healing on the backside with Melio seemed to work with them really well. And we've got Hui locked in.
Ooh. This is going to be a very interesting match. Okay.
In what way? Your silence makes me very happy.
I couldn't come up with something funny to say. It's it escapes me.
Nice.
Good guy Griffin trying to say interesting. I see.
Brisabel got me back. No way I said that. Well,
where there's a will, there's a way.
Nice. I guarantee, even though this is an overused joke, it'll work. Don't be ornery about it.
Oh, I can't fully bear these jokes anymore.
There it
We're gonna
is.
move
All right,
on to a little bit more analysis.
All right, everybody in the chat, let us know just how cringeworthy all those jokes were. I know it was probably very painful, but we're in our spectator delay. We're going to be on the Rift in about 3 minutes, as you can see on the timer there.
Isabel makes a good point. More dad jokes because tomorrow is Father's Day. So
I accept.
What were you? You go on.
I don't. It's hard. You can't just bring these things out of nowhere. There has to be setup. There has to be intent. But I want to talk about the. No, you know what? I came up with one. I'm running Galileo.
Oh, that was a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. Don't enable them. So I want to go back to your thoughts on the Nami, because the Melio is honestly, in my opinion, what saved the game for Fall Guys last time. At the very, very end, he got all of those buffs on the Kog'Maw, who did not die while being ulted by the Skarner. Not being able to do anything for 2 full seconds with that Caitlyn wailing on you, he lived because those shields went off.
Yeah.
So
Melio's been doing a lot of work even in the early game throughout this entire set of games we've had today.
Agreed.
Cubsy has been showing a lot of mastery over this champion.
And so I want to see if the same can be said for the Nami. Will that be enough? That, along with the shields from the Hui, which I think is a great choice because the champion adds so many things to the game, especially if you know which spell to use at what time. I really think the combo of those two will be able to keep the Caitlyn alive so that Skarner and Ornn can keep the enemy team under control and bring them to the victory in game 2 so that we get a game number 3.
Yeah. What we're going to have to see is a lot more control actually from a Team Unknown, because there's a lot of tanks and there's really only one best way to deal with them, and that's consistent damage. You have that in Caitlyn, a little bit of that in Hui. You had that in Azir last time, which is the biggest reason why it was banned, because your front line couldn't stay in the front for very long. They were just whittled down so very quickly.
And
So
with, go ahead.
yeah, so that was pretty much the end of it. You're gonna have to have a lot more control and positioning on your Caitlyn, because if they're out of line, that Garen is gonna break rank, hit Q, and run right at Caitlyn.
Exactly. So then, when looking at the Hui, your brother plays a lot of Hui. What are we looking for in terms of itemization? Are we looking to go Leandri's Blackfire or more into the burst? Because
I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
That's
It
fair.
would be situational actually, because you can get a lot of burst, especially from the smite, the firebolt from long range. But a lot of what your damage is going to go is especially against these tanks, get some burn, get some damage down, so you can help your Caitlyn get them out of the fight. That's what you want to try to do, but that's going to be more of a late game strategy. Well, they're kind of mid game because you are fighting a Galio. Yeah, we are now on the Rift in game 2. We are a hype. Let us know who you think is going to win. My words are escaping me. And yeah, it's a toss up right now. All these games are so very close right up until at the very end fight.
And it's super fun to see games like that. As I was saying in game number 1, I love how close these are. It's the nail biters, it's the edge of your seaters that really make this entertaining and a lot more fun, at least to cast.
All right. Just now starting the laning phase. Get some. I want to see just how Bear deals with this East Phantom threat on Garen.
It's another one of those hard things, because if you spec into your damage as Garen, then you won't be as tanky later. But if you spec into your pure tankiness, then you're not really going to be able to push anywhere. So if my understanding is right, I don't play Garen anymore. I played him back in like season 3, but then I learned that there were other champions, and I finally got enough back in the day influence points to buy more champions. Yeah, because he was 450. He was cheap. He was easy to play. But I haven't played him in a really long time, so I think you're supposed to max your E so that you have your wave clear, and you actually wait on the Q, because you use it purely as the silence and the way to break out of slows, but you want your wave clear with your E and the tankiness of the W.
Yeah, it also crits.
Yeah, that's true. Nice engage here coming out of Lock and Load. Death just kind of takes it in stride, fights him back. Both deals a lot of damage, pulls him in at first blood.
Okay. I wasn't quite expecting that. I was expecting another engagement, but no, the burst is a little too much. Not even a summoner spell. I don't. Lock and Load didn't think so because he didn't flash either.
Yeah, he had the opportunity to.
Yeah, like that you could have flashed out of that and gotten away with it. But yeah, that's a lot more damage from Death coming out early, and that's going to help a lot in this laning phase.
Absolutely. Nice little kick there on the bottom side, and the pressure from Bear is looking really good. This is how I expect this to go for the first few levels, but there it is, level 4. Oh, he doesn't get the stun, but he can pick up the slow, get the brittle proc, but you see how little damage that did. Garen's W is so deceptively powerful. Comes Volibear. Calavir taking quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, Laugh Wizard really wants to get in there, but there's not quite an opening. So he keeps trying to jump in and get some damage, get that gank off, and then leaves a little bit, and then comes back. It's not working. Meanwhile, another gank in the top lane doesn't quite find a purchase.
And that's what you do with your Q in this matchup with the Garen, is you make sure that you're fast. You use it to dodge things instead of try and be aggressive, because you don't win after the 1 second silence. And if you're not maxing it, it doesn't increase in duration.
Got the brittle on there. That's a lot of
It's the
damage.
proc. He doesn't have any more spells. Flash forward. Nope. And he
Oh,
deceptively
no.
tanky with that W. And that's a kill for East Phantom. Death versus Lock and Load here. He gets the passive to proc, dealing extra damage. And Hui is doing really well in this lane so far.
East Phantom outliving Bear's patience as Bear thinks he has enough in there. Not quite. You just needed one more rotation to do it.
More poking back and forth here on the bottom side. Nice combo of crowd control into Piltover Peacemaker. Means
Yeah,
that they trade the health back a little bit.
That's the control I was saying I wanted to see from them. We have a gank in the bot
Flash
lane, but
forward.
also
This
in the mid
happens
lane.
every single time. Laugh Wizard is so clean with those flash Qs. He is always right in range and stops death in his tracks.
Trying to get as much damage as he could to shoo them away from diving, but wasn't quite enough. They were able to dive, get the kill, and then walk out. And Kodo Draco wasn't able to get there fast enough to capitalize on any of it, but he is going to try to take the dragon off of it.
I think he gets that, and it goes back to what we were talking about in the priorities for Team Unknown. They're able to secure those neutral objectives and try and empower their champions with those.
Yeah, they
No void
love
grips, though.
those. Yep, and since it's not warded, I think that's a misplay by the Fall Guys to not ward these neutral objectives, because based on last game, they want every single one of them.
And I wonder if mistake is the right word, because they could just know that that's what they're doing and be okay with it, because it didn't make a difference last time.
Well, having the ward down lets you know exactly when, and then you could go and capitalize on it. Like, why does Milio not have any vision? Any vision score has not put down a single ward.
I want to say that has to do with how close he has to stay to the Kog'Maw.
I mean, even like right now, you have a few seconds to at least ward the Tribush. So that.
Ah, man, you gotta go back.
Then go back on the bush. Hide
Wait a
on
minute.
bush. Be
Wait a minute.
faker.
Look at this. 4 vision score for the Kog'Maw. Backward.
Yes. Yes. I know. There's a lot that Fall Guys does correctly. This is maybe a nitpick, but this is actually a really weird thing to see. The support not have any vision score 7.5 minutes in the game. Oh,
I respect
goodness.
it. I respect it.
Put down a ward, save a life. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like I would actually also say the exact same thing for Caitlyn. Caitlyn needs to put down some wards, but we have some other things going on.
So, looking at the phage there for East Phantom. Oh, this might be some trouble here for Bear. He doesn't have his flash up. He's trying to get to his team, who's fighting in the mid lane, trying to keep their attention up in the river. The ultimate from the Skarner is there. Justice Punch into the Idol of Durand. Death will pick up that kill. No, Kodo Draco actually. Death is alive. That's a nice slow coming out of Kodo Draco. Death is going to stay close. I don't know if that's the right choice, man. He gets the extra damage from his E. He's going to get the fear, but Garen is quite quick. Now he's into enemy territory. He gets hit with the Nami bubble into the crowd control, and that's another kill. 3-3 now the score.
The greed to try to just rush down the Hui. Went
In
way
comes
too
Kodo
deep there.
Draco. Good disengage there from Cubsy, and that's what you do with that Q. Huge. A knock up there from the tidal wave into the bubble, into the snap trap. He cleanses it. No, he doesn't. What the heck? Oh, Melio ultimate cleansed him from it. They get the kill, and they also burned the ultimate from the Galio.
And that's gonna give Hui time to just walk back to lane just fine as well.
Wow, what a set of plays.
Very solid. We do have Laugh Wizard taking the Void Grubs.
And they started that a while ago. what was it? It was Bear who interrupted them into the fight in
Yes.
the middle, which extended into the bottom, which extended into the death, into the ultimate from the Galleon. What a wild journey.
Like that's how plays can cascade into each other. So every decision matters.
Did you say cascade?
No, but that's funny.
Thank you. I thought so, at least. Alrighty, 3-4 now is our score, and admin, I think this is the first time we've checked on a score, and it hasn't been at least 1 kill a minute.
Yeah, there's a lot of more patient play coming out of our teams.
Indeed, and that comes with the exposure to them, right? And it's all about understanding your opponent. Ooh.
Bye, Volibear.
Best ward ever. That was so close. Holy
Just
cow.
in time to see him leave.
You know what? I'm gonna say something mildly controversial, and this
I'm
is
laughing at Wizard. Go on.
I think that moments like that are more entertaining than the really close walk away from a fight with 8 hit points moments.
Yes.
Okay. As
More
long as we're on the
entertaining
same
than it
page.
is intense. It's more entertaining, but the walking away with 8 hit points is more thrilling.
I'll give you that. Okay. Oops. Slight miss there on the combos, but got the headshot either way. Hwei does have his flash back up, meaning that Volibear can't pull the same shenanigan as last time and just flash Q the guy, which has worked at least twice this tournament.
That's true.
Alrighty. Taking stock here. Gold is even. Kills are relatively even. We have that Drake, just like we talked about, in the hands of Team Unknown. And here comes the gank.
Oh, I don't know about
It's
that.
2 of them.
Firebolt.
Here we go. Kodo Draco helps disengage. He gets the ultimate. That's the Spiraling Despair on to the Volibear. He takes a huge amount of damage. Death wants to get going. Kodo Draco manages to get the kill on to Laugh Wizard. Nami ultimate. That wave was really, really close. They are going to get the 1 kill and shove the wave in and deal quite a lot of damage on the backside.
Yeah, that severing bolt, I think it's called. It's similar to the Mordekaiser Q. It does more damage if it's a single target.
Alavir gets huge damage down onto Elijah. Elijah, not Eli. Oof, that was weird. Anyway, up on the top side, now that we've, been away from them for a while, Bear is, down in CS again, but that has never really stopped him from being effective in the team fights. He's always been useful to his team. Second Drake over to Team Unknown. Ooh, no mana on Bear, meaning he can't truly fight.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to trade as much as he wants to. He can be really good at, but he needs a little bit more mana recovery.
Absolutely. And, I think that the Fimbulwinter is actually a really good item on Ornn, just because you're fighting so much, you cast so many spells, you probably stack it exceptionally quick. And the fact that you're knocking people up every so many auto attacks for the shield, very, very good choice. I would personally look at picking one of those up.
Yeah, that'll help with your lane sustain as well, and you just go through your rotations. Oh, just missing.
Yeah,
oh, wait, no, the pillar was way over there.
Yeah, no knock-up. But this is another thing that I think Bear can learn is, instead of trying to chase that fight where you're not going to kill him, you farm the minions. You use all of those spells you use to kill those minions. That gives you more gold to make sure you get the experience. And it's just a better choice when looking at the longer view.
Yes. Not a lot of plates going down this game either. I guess we have a couple plates in the bot lane for the Fall Guys, but we have an engagement coming up near the Void Grubs as they
Void Grubs
disappear
actually
to
go
Herald.
down. Ooh, the timing on
not
it, because
taken.
the first one was so late that they weren't able to do anything with it. This is a 4v1 here. Flash burned by Lock and Load, and he says no thank you to that. He's still going to get stunned here, And the Caitlyn ultimate will deal a decent amount of damage. Kodo Draco gets the ultimate into the Nami wave, and Kiroro takes the kill for himself.
You were so far away, but Skarner can just get to you and stop you.
Speaking of, here we go. Kodo Draco goes in. He's going to get the slow. That's the pullback on to Cubsy. The Spiraling Despair onto Elijah. Bubble. Death gets the kill. He's going after Death. He doesn't get it. And Team Unknown finally swing this pretty far in their own favor. Even on the top side, Bear is doing really well in terms of damage.
Yeah, and he's got the mana that he wants, so he can just put down the damage.
Further fighting on the bottom side. This is the Team Unknown bread and butter. They just love fighting everybody. And more fighting. And this is going to be it. Call of the Forge God will land, but you have to be careful. That W makes him deceptively tanky. Ooh! Demacian Justice almost takes down Bear.
Oh, I don't know about going back, East Phantom. You know, you can
East Phantom wins that.
Down.
If they fight, East Phantom wins that. Garen is so much tankier than he looks. And look at his passive healing him up. He's already back up to 600 hit points.
Yeah. Now that his passive has been active for 2 seconds.
Yeah. Very, very strong. But Bear has to be careful. He does not win this anymore. Somehow Lock and Load kills Kodo Draco on the bottom side of the map. Probably a turret dive. And then, oh, there we go. Death gets the kill in the middle. Oh boy. Taunt. Oh, the kill is secured, and Lock and Load gets yet another one. Now 5 to 8.
That Flame Rift does do like burn damage, but it's not a lot of damage. So fearing him into it wasn't that effective.
No turret aggro yet, and this is what I'm saying. You gotta clear those minions. That way turret aggro does go on him earlier. He's gonna take down this turret, and he's gonna live.
Yep. Just that one away.
Minions.
Oh, but
minion damage. Minion damage. Oh no, he gets
minions don't stop his passive from coming back up. It activates just in time.
Severing Bolt. He has to dodge it. Death is still on the chase. He is quick. Severing Bolt does not land. Death is here. Pulls him in. Not enough damage. Oh my gosh. You see what I mean? Did you see what happened when he hit that W?
Yeah, W
that
just
single
makes
target
it
Severing
do a
Bolt
lot less damage.
Kodo Draco is in a lot of trouble here. He's going to try and get out. He does not have flash. Got his shield. It's not enough. Elijah picks up that kill. Calavir might now be in some trouble. It is a 4v1 on the bottom side of the map.
He must stay close to that turret. And yeah, they're going to walk away. They're going to focus on the dragon.
Yeah, when you take out your enemy jungler, that is a good choice. You already have 4 members of your team there. You might as well just grab it. I like that choice. And I also like that Team Unknown decide not to go and try and contest it, right? They have
they're just going to respect it and keep farming their areas. We do have a lane swap from Death and Bear.
I don't disagree with this, but I don't think it was wholly necessary. Death might be in a lot of trouble with this, actually, because Garen does not deal a lot of damage to Bear, who's tanky, but he deals a lot of damage to those squishies.
Yeah, that's being able to run in and get the silence right at the start, and then he can just stick to you. What are you gonna do?
And especially with the Stride Breaker slow as well, like you're not getting away from him.
Yeah. Easy play by Garen there. Not respecting the Garen damage and Garen speed.
Well, 400 gold is the difference. Tied 8 to 8. 1 turret to 1 turret. 2 drakes to 1. Another really, really close game here in game number 2 of our finals for June. Kodo Draco going in against Lock and Load. He's got a lot of slow. He's got a red buff as well.
He's got enough friends coming in. He's gonna ult.
A nice bubble into the Caitlyn trap means that is 1 dead Lock and Load. Calavir on the front side. That's not where you need to be. Flash forward from Hwei. Ultimate onto Cubsy. He goes down. No, not he. Sorry, Elijah goes down. He's going to get damage down onto Calavir. It is now 4v3 in the middle lane, and there is a wave for the side of Team Unknown. Watch the flank there.
Ooh, Death
He's
going
at
very
top
close to
side.
that turret.
He's going to go after Calavir. That's definitely the target. He's going to get knocked up. They're going to get pulled back. In goes Laugh Wizard. They got the stun onto Death. That's huge amounts of damage. They don't have anything to fight him back. Kodo Draco wasn't there to peel. He's going to draw his attention to Kabzi. Calavir also does not have his flash, does not have the exhaust, or barrier, rather, I should say. Kiroro is locked away from his team. Kodo Draco underneath the turret versus 2. He goes down. And East Phantom makes it out. Now on the bottom side, it is only Kiroro running away onto the bottom side, going to try for the execute, I think. And once we catch back up here, we'll see what happened.
If things froze, we're gonna see if this comes back up.
Kind of
Gotta-
fishy, if you ask me.
So we're gonna,
Interesting.
the pump-
Everybody watching, excuse us for a moment. We're running into a really weird glitch where the game has stopped, but as you can see, there is motion capability.
Yeah, we
here.
can pan around.
So-
Can you hit see time controls? Hit P to start for play.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, might have accidentally hit pause.
There we go.
But that was
Remember
not a
this-
player pause. We would have seen a different pop-up on a player
Yeah.
pause. Moving on.
Admin, great problem solving there. We were able to get it. This is the Rift Herald now for the Fall Guys. They have used this to great effect every game they've had it. They're going to get yet another turret. That was a doomed teleport from the start. Death has to flash away. He does not die. And oh my gosh, he almost gets the kill onto Lock and Load.
We're
get the
gonna take
knockup.
this right away. We're gonna run away with this. I don't want to be here anymore. Take Shelly out of here.
Super good. And I want to draw some attention to some comments for you, admin. Okay, who broke the world? That was pretty good. As the play started to go sour, Brizabel says, oh no, pause it again. Simon
I
says,
didn't-
freeze! We got some good interaction with the chat, everybody. Thank you so
Yes.
much. But back to the game.
The originally how that originally went wrong is there was a Team Unknown fight win, but then they started pushing the mid lane a little bit more, and then Death getting very close to the turret for some reason. Death, you are going down way too fast for some of these. You get jumped on and die, and there was no front line at that point.
Exactly.
So like we're trying to fish for kills against tanks isn't working very well. So we're
Not
gonna
unless
call
you have
that
Nami
out a
with
little bit. We have to start making these plays. I'm surprised the gold is still a lot closer than you would think. It's just under 2k gold difference. Now it's just over 2k gold difference. Changes so fast.
Especially with the 2 turrets on the side of
Yeah.
the Fall Guys. They should be higher than... I mean, that's your gold right there. 1,000 gold for a turret. But now Death is going to be in some trouble. He's going to get the Fear. Ultimate from Galio. Hero's entrance definitely dissuades any engage from Kodo Draco.
Yeah. Good patience, just getting them off and then trying to reset, try to figure out your next play. Baron is up, Dragon is coming up soon. That's not Soul Point just yet, but we know Team Unknown are looking to try to get that Dragon when it comes up.
The Black Cleaver coming out for the Garen is actually a really, really important item for him. He stacks it quite quickly when he's spinning on you. So
Yeah, that's going to help shred Bear down when it comes, or and
Exactly.
Kodo Draco down when it comes to these late game fights, like
Exactly.
right now.
we are gearing up for our dragon fight. Team Unknown wants this because it will be their soul point. Nice disengage there, but Calavir still got stunned. He doesn't have his flash yet. He does have the barrier. He pops it. He is still alive, but not for long. Calavir goes down. He is the first casualty. That's another one down for Team Unknown. Kiroro is dead. It's 3v5 down here on the bottom side. Ornn goes in trying to deal a little bit of damage, but they are all really tanky. Bear is going to go down next. Elijah kills him. Death on the backside, unable to deal any more damage. He is too far away. And that was a 3-for-0 trade on the side of the Fall Guys. Now Kodo Draco wants to go in. Death is trying to land a bit of damage. It's countered on the other side by Lock and Load, who picks up the kill onto Kodo Draco. It is now a 4-for-0 trade, and that's going to be Drake for the Fall Guys.
Yep, that's going to be Drake probably in that bottom turret as well. I do want to give props to Death for learning his spacing a little bit more. Looks like he learned his lesson. He did stay alive that entire time and putting good damage down as a caster. But this is going south very quickly for Team Unknown.
And it's fun to watch the evolutions of this game because we've been talking about how close it is. We're still at less than 5,000 difference, and it's still really, really close. We have a few more minutes to see if Unknown can bring it back, but they have to do so around those big objectives now, right? They have to watch for the Baron. They have to watch for the Soul Point. And if they can't get the equalizing in turrets and get some gold and items on them, then they won't be able to fight them.
Yeah, let's see the items real quick before we get into this Baron fight. Let's see what we're looking at here.
Do we have a dead Kabzi here? We do.
Ooh, yes, we
Beautiful
do. Kabzi
pick.
goes down.
Massive CC chain there. Beautiful to watch.
That's going to keep them off of the Baron for just a little bit longer while Team Unknowns tries to regroup for it.
Let's keep our eyes on this side of the map. No teleport is available for Lock and Load, meaning he can join if he needs to, and that's why he's down there split pushing, right? He's trying to draw attention away from the other spots on the map with the ability to join just in case something goes wrong.
Yeah, he's got his ultimate.
And his teleport.
That is also true.
And that's his turret down there, and they made the call. Fall Guys, they don't only disengage in the middle, but they secure the bottom turret as well. Beautiful play from them. Their ability to play around the map is exquisite. Now they're going on to the Baron.
All right, Baron has finally been started. We have the Baron pit. That's the long lane runway up to the Baron. And
Teleport
they have no
coming
vision.
in.
The vision got cleared out immediately before. It just drops down the blue ward to see what is going on. Here comes
Bear has
Death.
his ultimate. He's casting it. Death is already dead. They missed the call of the Forge God. Kodo Draco's gonna die. On the backside, Calavir and Kiroro are pushed away by Lock and Load. Damage gonna come down. Cubsy makes it out alive. And then in goes Lock and Load with the hero's entrance. Kiroro's gonna get stopped here by Laugh Wizard. He deals super amounts of damage. They take the Baron, and this might just be the end, Admin.
Yeah, that's probably the end of the game. If not, this is heading towards the end of the game very quickly. I don't know how I feel. Okay, I know how I feel about it. I think it was the wrong play to have Death flash into the Baron pit to try to get the steal on it. Wrong person to try to get in there. Especially since Garner can just travel through the walls.
That's a really good point. But now it is Calavir almost alone here against the Baroned up team of the Fall Guys. They're gonna disengage in the middle and head up to the top side with East Phantom. I'm on a smaller screen than I'm used to. East Phantom, and he takes out another turret. They're gonna steal some buffs, clear out some vision, and the Fall Guys are just doing everything they can to cement their lead and keep it that way for the win.
Yep. Nice slow roll. That's how we like to see you end the game. Make sure you don't throw it in any spectacular fashion.
How about an unspectacular fashion?
That's fair.
Okay.
Because once you get into a late enough game, if you lose a fight enough, like 4-1 or 5-1 or 5-0, you just lose the game outright. You can run down even with all 3 turrets still up in the mid lane for the Fall Guys.
Yeah.
The guys may fall, but the turrets sure don't.
Oh boy, silence into the spin means Death is gonna die here. Beautiful play from East Fan. You know what? Not even beautiful. It's basic Garen play. But well done either way. So that is a 1-for-0 trade, meaning that Unknown doesn't even have the pressure really to go and contest this next Drake.
If that's a lot of pressure coming all over the place. Like what you can do is you can even just pressure with Baroned up minions and have 3 people go take take the Drake, you don't even engage with the Baron minions. Just let the tankiness of the minions keep the Team Unknown off of you. But they're gonna take another inhibitor, or one, at least the first inhibitor.
Flash stun onto Calavir. Flash silence onto Calavir. Everything going onto Calavir. He is instantly destroyed. Knockup now coming out. No, he missed it. The second cast of Call of the Forge God does nothing. The turrets are doing nothing. And this is going to be the Fall Guys dealing huge amounts of damage. But I stand corrected. 2 of them are down. Kodo Draco is full health. Death is still alive as well. The engage might continue. Death has teleport. He could jump into the jungle and cut them off. But instead, he is going to be on wave clear duty. Kodo Draco makes it out of the wall.
Did that time out, or did he disengage?
He timed out.
Okay. I'm just like, because he wanted it. He was going to get it. He's tanky enough to kill the Cubsy.
I think he wins that fight 1v2.
It's looking like it.
He gets taunted, throws out the shield, gonna grab a rock, hit on the Cubsy. He's not taking a ton of damage here, but Calavir is back alive. That's the re-engage, teleport coming in. That's gonna be death. Hiroro gets the speed up. That's all 5 members of Team Unknown. They're gonna try and burst down this dragon.
And they have to if they want to stay in the game here. We have a teleport coming in from Garen.
Right there on the mid lane brush. He is now 1v5. He's gonna get knocked up. He's gonna get knocked into the wall. Gonna silence the Skarner. Kodo Draco is pretty tanky. Calavir on the front side trying to do the damage he can. Kodo Draco gonna throw in the slow, but the turret is gone. He teleported.
There's the Nexus.
Lock and Load teleported up into the Nexus, and he is 1v1 against Death. The minions are doing their job. Death is trying to do his job, but he is crowd controlled. He doesn't have enough damage. The super minions are too strong, and they are wailing on the Nexus, and that's gonna be it. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 2, our finals go to the Fall Guys.